Hi everyone, my name is Julia Sands and I'm recording this from Montreal, Quebec, where I both live and work. I live and work on Mohawk, Abenaki, and Haudenosaunee traditional territory, which was the St. Lawrence Iroquois. In doing some research, I've learned that Montreal is historically known as a gathering place for many First Nations, and it also remains today home to a diverse population of Indigenous peoples. Um, in terms of residential schools, I learned that La Tuque was the closest residential school to what is now Montreal, and it was run by the Anglican Church of Canada. The federal government took control of the school in 1969, and it was closed in 1978. So that's information that I unfortunately did not know prior to looking this up. And 1978 does sound quite recent to me, so that was a little bit shocking. In terms of my positionality, I am a 33-year-old white woman of European descent. My first language is English, and my second language is French. I have no intellectual limitations or physical disabilities. I was raised Catholic but no longer identify with any religious affiliation. I primarily identify with the dominant group within each social group. So as such, I benefit from white privilege and privilege in general, be it my age, class, language, religion, sexuality. I belong to the dominant group. The only social location where I would experience some oppression is my gender as a female. However, this is offset by the privilege that I experience in, virtually all other social locations that I just named. I've had full-time employment since graduating. I have a undergraduate degree in psychology and a master's of education in counseling. So I graduated from my master's about 7 years ago, and since then I've been working for a youth protection agency in Montreal. So basically it's called BADSHA, and we service the Anglophone population of Montreal and its surrounding areas. When I first started in 2011, I was working with the permanency planning team, which is primarily children 0 to 5 who are at greater risk of instability, including placement. So I did that for a little over 2 years, and then I moved to what we refer to as the family preservation team. So once again, working with those who are a bit higher risk in terms of placement and trying to maintain the family unit. Following that, I've been working the last 3 years out of head office as what we call a reviewer. So basically the reviewer chairs meetings and makes final decisions regarding closure or extension of youth protection involvement. So basically the reason that I applied for the PLA was because I felt that the experience that I've gathered over the last 7 years, and including my previous degrees, which included some stages as well, was enough in order to do the PLA. So more specifically in terms of youth protection and in terms of the coursework that I have done so far in this program, I've come to recognize that the dominant group, the norms of the dominant group are being enforced and presented as the law, so in youth protection. And this is something that I've been more conscious of when working with families and trying to keep that at the forefront. Also, that working as a youth protection delegate provides me with much power by virtue of how the system is organized and the decision-making power that I do have. So, the reason that I'm doing this degree is because I wanted a degree that perhaps looked more at the more holistic approach, so more as opposed to private troubles, more the public issues, the systemic oppression that is faced by those who I come into, that I encounter through youth protection. So far, I've learned a lot, and I look forward to continuing on this journey and applying it from my experience. So hopefully this course will also allow that to continue to expand to my knowledge base and my understanding of oppression and marginalized groups and how youth protection is intertwined in that. Okay, so I look forward to working with all of you this semester, and that's it for now. Thanks. Bye.